All right, we back. Um, we'll get straight into this one. Might be a little bit shorter than the others, just because I've actually pre-planned quite a bit of this beforehand. Yeah, we'll start straight into AUD against the Swiss franc. This is probably our best looking move for this Friday. And yeah, this is essentially my pre-planning. Contextually speaking, we are approaching a fairly large demand zone, which we have somewhat mitigated already. And we have also started to accumulate quite nicely, as you can see with our one tap, like of high, and our two tap. You can even call this somewhat of a test, if you will, as it has swept some liquidity in here. You can kind of see that already. That looks beautiful. But what we can see that we have left quite a bit of sell side liquidity, so we're looking to come. I do expect us to come back down. Hence why I am looking for distributions. But for now, local accumulation in a very, very nice POI, which I will take. Yeah, like as much as I'm looking for this for distributions, because this is very, very good looking, very good looking. Technically speaking, you can say we have confirmed a model 2. The only thing that I personally don't like is how. Oops, the only thing I personally don't like here is how tap 2 and 3 are so close to each other. We would like normally a lot more time displacement there. But for now, yeah, for now, this is a confirmed Model 2. It has just left quite a bit of sell side liquidity below us. But yeah, nevertheless, we have reason to take this local accumulation scalp. We have great reason to do so. So yeah, it looks like we might be sweeping Asia high, which is not ideal for this. I would have liked us to look. It hasn't happened yet, but I would have liked us to sweep Asia low first, and then come out to take Asia high and also complete the model. But we will see what happens. But yeah, for now, yeah, I expect, or I would like to see a extreme liquidity sweep, extreme demand mitigation. If we get a confirmation, perfect. Otherwise, if we come down, sweep this Asia low, while leaving this untapped, even better. But yeah, we have our alert set and we are now good to go. We'll go straight into gold. Fairly, fairly smooth and self-explanatory here. We're still in this higher time frame accumulation, and I am looking for this extreme liquidity to get swept, as we have closed fairly deeply through this demand. So yeah, in terms of gold, not looking to take anything now. Probably won't be taking anything for the rest of the week, and we'll be looking next week to see where price opens. And yeah, should we be taking this extreme liquidity? Silver, pretty much the same storyline, except for a slightly cleaner move. I'm really liking how we're slowly moving up to this uh, supply POI, yet to be mitigated, but we're moving up. And yeah, I'm just staying patient, and alerts have been set. So yeah, nothing for silver for the time being. Ideally, we would like a sweep of. But yeah, we're not going to get it before. Probably before, maybe in New York, if anything, which I will be asleep for. But yeah, ideally a extreme liquidity sweep, a mitigation here without going too deep, and then we reverse back up. That is my expected order flow for silver. Let's look at oil. Yeah, I did have this range charted up, which we are deviating quite well. So that is now invalid. We do have Asia lows below us right here. Could be a nice liquidity target for later on. fall in love with you. No. And this is technically speaking a valid range, but I just don't like the. It just is very market. It's very much market structure like. So I'm gonna have these set to so I can see my DL tool as well, and hopefully I can get price to come back in fairly quick. But otherwise, we might get a distribution coming off this more refined supply POI. So that is it for oil. There you go. Moving on to Euro USD. Nothing really here except for a potential demand here, which we might get some sort of very last minute pullback. Technically, you can draw a range like this because we are making lower lows. So we'll see what price does in here. No, I don't want to fall in love with you. No. I will monitor a potential supply mitigation in here. Unless this has been mitigated on the lower time frame, it has. It very much has, so I'm no longer interested in this. Not at all. Asia high and low have been taken. Yeah, most likely this isn't going to be a valid range, and most likely we will continue to trickle down into here and maybe accumulate in here for a quick bounce, range in here for a bit, and then flush down and complete this schematic. That is definitely expected, and that is all really for the time being. This does look like we might get something as well. Same thing, fairly rangy price action, and Asia high and low have both been taken. There's also no real return to zone at the moment, which is not something you want to see. You do want to see some form of return to zone in there. Don't see any of it. And I think this did get mitigated on the lower time frame. I'm pretty sure of it. Yes, it did. Yeah, that did get mitigated, but you can always do this. This is fine. You just slowly drag up the range until the next unmitigated area. But yeah, look, if we get a local return to zone, but first we need to mitigate this supply. If we don't, then I'm not interested at all. If we mitigate this and then a very, very low pullback into somewhere here, then I'll be looking to long a broke structure. But if we don't get this, then yeah, not interested. AUD USD. Let's have a look. Yeah, nothing really here. We're breaking through quite a bit of this demand. We've torn through this demand essentially, and can only expect us to go lower unless we get some form of PO3 schematic in here, which we can then along. So I'm going to stay aware here and just see what our price decides to do. No, I don't want to fall in love. Asia highs are above us. Asia lows are also above us. Which one will get hit first? Yeah, I'm now monitoring this range here. That is it for AUD USD. There probably is some form of demand in here, which we haven't really looked at. No, don't want to fall in love with you. Yeah, it's a bit too low here, but you never know. Price might invalidate this and come a little lower. What I didn't check and should have checked is if we have anything overlapping, which can always be a possibility. No, I don't fall in love. Just gonna go straight to the 1 minute here and see how we're looking. Yeah, it's all fairly mitigated. Yeah, not too interested in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. USD against the Canadian dollar. We have exploded quite a bit here. We are obviously rejecting at this supply POI. No, I don't fall in love. I think this has been mitigated on a lower time frame as well. I can imagine. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm leaving it here just in case we get some sort of rejection. At least I know there was somewhat of a POI there, but for now, yeah, nothing really to be seen here. We will move on. GBP JPY. Yeah, this range is wouldn't really be looking as much into this bigger range for the time being. What I will do is actually remove these and yeah, this is my focus, this much smaller range in here. And we can expect, should we get somewhat of a rotation, we can expect a rotation. Given we get the confirmations, we can expect a rotation back down if we get a confirmation up here. If and only if. So this is my next range to monitor. And yeah, I do want to see a sweep of liquidity down here, or up here, extreme liquidity. Bear with me. Bear with me, guys. I'm just looking for my shoes. All right, not a clue where they are. I'm just going to put the desk up. Unleash my inner Iron Man. Mint. All right. Yeah, this is it for GBP JPY. GBP NZD. Ran through this, and yeah, given we ran through this most optimal reverse level, I'm only expecting us to go higher. So as of now, we've pretty much switched into a pro-accumulative environment. Just because, yeah, price is showing quite a bit of strength. Got this demand below us. We'll see what happens here. Yeah. Sweet, Euro GBP. Same thing, just real ugly rangy price action. I'm not looking for anything. Everything here is way too low time frame, and I'm expecting a mitigation of this demand zone at some point, and I will only look then on for reactions. As of now, not interested. We do also have supply above. Somewhat. It's not the cleanest, but it is supply. With you. All right. Euro NZD. Yeah, how good was this accumulation if anyone caught it? this, or any very premium premium ranging, in a very premium high time frame ranging environment. I am expecting us to move towards this supply here. So we will wait and see when that is going to happen, because it will happen very soon. USD CHF. Did I see a higher time frame range there? Yeah, we're kind of invalidating this. Or are we? Asia lows are below us. What I do like about this is that we have taken out the supply. Like, theoretically, should we get a strong break, you could technically short this. Like, it's perfectly fine to do so. The only thing is you do have 10-minute structure here, so yeah. It will be interesting to see if we break this 10-minute structure. I don't think it's 15. If it is, I will be impressed. 15-minute structure. All right, 15-minute structure. We have to break this 15-minute structure and break it nice. If we do, then I will look for a short. It's valid, like it is valid. I was like, where's my DL tool? Yeah, like we've come back in and then we've just wicked it again. So it's one of those ones where it's just a little bit sketchy, but if we get a strong break, you can use the strong break. Yeah, in terms of supply, we have mitigated it. So yeah, I will monitor this 15-minute price action. Very curious to see how this will play out. Very, very curious. That's it for this pair. And no real, like, there's no real supply, demand below. Like, there really isn't. Yeah, there, but oh, man, that's been mitigated probably. Yeah, that has. This is demand, but it doesn't really do much. Hence why I'm not interested. Yeah, you got this Asia low here is very nice in terms of a liquidity target. So we will wait and see. Yeah, we're still slowly approaching this demand loss, so still a bit to go. This is also going to be a pair that I expect to potentially confirm early next week. I don't see anything to happen for the rest of this trading day, for the last trading day of the week. USD JPY, don't mind this range. I actually don't mind it at all. Yeah, kind of just going to wait and see what else we do. AUD CAD. I'm expecting distributions to finish this model off. NZCAD. NZCAD's an interesting one because we've got an Asia low in a really nice spot and we have mitigated this demand. So Now we can look for a mitigation and or extreme liquidity sweep. So yeah, I don't actually mind how this pair is looking for now, which will be interesting to see. And the old trustworthy, it's all confirmation based, but the old what we started with, AUD CHF, how are we looking? Yeah, we're kind of ranging, which is completely fine. Like there's still plenty of time to come in and confirm this model, so that's all good. GBP AUD might be forming a local Asia high. Oh, I really like this liquidity target up here. Very nice. Maybe you'll get some form of very low time frame scalp opportunity in here. But keep in mind, this would be a very low time frame range, yeah. Maybe you get it confirming like 6 to 7 hours in. And yeah, strong wick here. Strong daily wick. We might even not come back to this for now. We do have a 45-minute OBIF. This is a very low time frame. I would only take this if I get a really nice break of structure, and then if I do, I'd be looking to de-risk like straight away, pretty much. And yeah, given how where price is now, there's no real clean POI for a break of structure unless it's like up here, and if it's up here, you're already like just over 1 risk to reward, so it's not the cleanest. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. Do we have anything below us? Not really. Tangled up in water, I can catch my breath. Yeah, no real demand in here. Yeah, there's no real reason for this to reverse back up now just to mitigate this OBIF. It can always happen, but I am kind of expecting lower on this pair. This is all mitigated in here. Yeah, so my main watch list is going to be NZD CAD and AUD CHF. So I wouldn't mind a week to mitigate this supply, but yeah, I still think there'll be a bit more time before either of these pairs get a confirmation, should they? So for now, stay ready, stay alert, and trade confirmations, not expectations. Thank you, guys. I will catch you all. Yeah, I'll be doing a little weekend wrap up. So yeah, I will see you all soon.